In this video, I am going to talk about roof dormers and give you a few ideas what you can do with them. And roof dormers can really spruce up a project, and they're not really used out here on the West Coast as much as they seem to be on the East Coast, and I really don't know what the reasoning is behind that, but here goes. Next up on the list will be a couple of Gable dormers with different roof pitches. I believe this is an 8 and 12. This is a 4 and 12, and then this is an 8 and 12 here. Two different size windows there. And of course they are positioned in the middle of the roof, somewhat in the middle. Now let's go ahead and move them around the roof. This one here is off to the side. Lines up with the wall, or I should say almost lines up with the wall there, and is a little, probably about, I'm guessing, 2 foot away from the ridge. This one here looks like it's about 4 foot away from the ridge and lines up with the front wall here. Now let's go ahead and change the pitch of a roof to a shed roof, and I believe this is about a 3 and 12 pitch. Give you an idea, different type of dormer. I know you see a lot of these with that are a little wider. And of course it would look something like this, and you can start them from the top of the roof, or you can start them from different sections of the roof. And of course that would look something like this. And then of course you can also change the pitches of the roof, and I believe this is a 3 and 12, the one we were working with, and this is a 2 and 12. And you might need to change the pitch of the roof to make your dormer work with the existing roof, and of course that will also can also be used for gable roofs and hip roofs also. If you have a 8 and 12 pitch here, for example, and you want to put something like this, you want to make it a little taller, you might need to make the roof pitch a little shorter. Now the shed roofs are a little easier to build. These will be a lot harder to build, and usually referred to as an eyebrow type of roof dormer, and they can come in different widths. If you can just imagine, I believe this is about 8 foot, and if you can imagine, you could go 10 foot, and then of course you could lower this or you could raise it up, and that would give you a different shape here. And of course the taller they are and the wider, the more light they're going to allow in. And of course they are going to be a little easier to build, wrap the shingles around something like this, than when you create some type of a barrel. Now we can't forget the hip roof for the dormer, and of course I have two different sized windows here. A little smaller window and one that's going to take up almost the entire distance there of the dormer. And again, it all depends on how much light you want in here. The size of the dormer is going to be critical to how much light. It's kind of like, do you put a skylight in? Do you put a dormer in? What do you want it to look like? How wide does it need to be? And of course, is it actually going to work with the roof? That's going to be the biggest problem. A couple of more roof shapes here. We have a curved roof, and then we have a split pitch roof. And of course, you can always, this I just got to kind of drooping over the edge of the walls there. And you can always extend the overhang out or make it a little less. You can shape it that way too. So hopefully this helps you out, gives you some ideas for dormer roofs. I actually did a search for them and couldn't find any videos on it. So hopefully this will help people out in the future. And if it does, you know what to do. Hit the old thumbs up button.